So this is where it all begins. Week 1 of my 20-week training plan for the Brooklyn Half Marathon. The first week isn't about speed or perfection, it's about getting started. It's about lacing up when you're busy, tired, or wondering if you can actually pull this off. It's about balance, juggling work, life, and running when it feels like there's no time at all. If you're watching this and you're new to running, you're not alone. I'm just an average runner too, figuring this out as I go. And over the next few months, I'm going to share every win, every struggle, and every mistake so that you can learn from it and hopefully feel inspired to take on your own challenge too. Welcome back to the series and welcome to week 1 of my Brooklyn Half Marathon training journey. If you're new here, my name's Callum and this is my channel Callum Moves. I'm an average runner and I'm aiming for around a sub 140 half marathon on the 27th of April next year. That's 13.1 miles at a pace that I've never really held before. And am I nervous? I guess I am a little, but also I'm really excited because this week marked the real start of the process. 4 runs, 1 easy run, 2 tough tempo sessions, and my first long run. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Between work, social plans, and trying to spend time with my girlfriend, I had to figure out how to fit all of this stuff in. So in this video, I'll take you through each of my runs, I'll share what I learned, I'll talk about how I'm balancing running with everything else going on in life. Because let's face it, we're not all professional athletes. Most of us are just trying to squeeze in training between jobs, family, and obviously the occasional Netflix binge as well. So as I mentioned in episode 1, I'm using the Runner app to plan my training over the next 20 weeks. It's a great app that syncs all of my runs into my Garmin each week, and my plan within Runner is to run 4 times a week, 1 easy, 2 tempo, and 1 long run, which I'm going to do on a Sunday. This week kicked off with a 6-kilometre easy run, and the goal, it was really just to keep it slow and steady. Easy runs might sound simple, but I've learned over time that they're one of the most important runs in any training plan. They build endurance and they allow your body to recover from harder efforts. I ran at a pace of around 5:50 to 6 minutes per kilometre, focusing on keeping my breathing controlled and my effort low. If you're a new runner, an easy run is where you can hold a full conversation without gasping for air. The hardest part about easy runs is to not go out too fast. I used to think every run had to be hard to make progress, but that's a rookie mistake. Easy runs are where you build the foundation, and if you push too hard too soon, you'll pay for it later in the week. Next up were the 2 tempo runs, 20 to 30 minutes at a comfortably hard pace, and a longer effort broken into intervals. These runs are where the real work begins. For me, tempo pace is around 4:25 to 4:50 per kilometre. It's challenging but sustainable. It's that kind of just hard enough feeling where you're working but you're not completely out of gas. I won't lie, these were tough. The first tempo felt great, but the second session hit me like a wall. My legs were heavy, my mind started wandering, and I felt like slowing down. But here's what I realised. Tempo runs are just as much about the mental battle as the physical one. When things get hard, I focus on small chunks, getting through 1 more minute, 1 more step, or even 1 more deep breath. And before you know it, you're done. And here's the part that no one talks about. Training does take time. And unless you're a professional, you've got other priorities. Work deadlines or social plans or relationships. This week I learned a few key things about balance. 1. Schedule your runs like meetings. I blocked off time on my calendar for runs, just like I would for work. If it's on the schedule, it gets done. Be flexible. Life happens. One day I moved my run to the evening because of an early meeting, and that's okay. It's about getting it done, not about perfection. Making sure that you actually show up. 3. Communicate. I'm lucky my girlfriend actually understands why this training is important to me, but I'm also making sure that I carve out time for us too. Balance really is key. Although she's supportive, but let's be real, she reminds me not to turn into that person who talks about running 24/7. The final run of the week was my long run, 9 kilometers at an easy pace, with 1 kilometer after 5 kilometers at race pace. So that was 1 kilometer within the whole of the 9 kilometers that I ran at race pace. Long runs are critical because they build the endurance to get through the 13.1 miles on race day. For me, these runs are as much about confidence as fitness. When I hit kilometer 9, I was tired, but I've reminded myself, you've got this, just keep moving. Finishing the run is like a small win, and it reminded me that consistency is everything. So week 1 is done. Now what did I learn? 1. Easy runs are your recovery days. Don't skip them or push too hard. Tempo runs are tough, but necessary. They teach you to stay strong when things get hard. Balancing work, life and training is tricky, but with planning and flexibility, it's doable. Don't be too hard on yourself. Most importantly, I learned that getting started is the hardest part. But every run this week built a little more momentum, and now I feel like I'm on this journey. If you're balancing running with a busy life, let me know in the comments how you're making it work. I'd love to hear your tips because for me, I'm still figuring this out too. And if you're training for a race, big or small, remember this: every step counts. Keep showing up. That's what I'm doing, and I hope you'll stick with me for the rest of this series. Next week, I'll tackle week 2 with more kilometers, more challenges, and more lessons to share, along with a special festive run that I'll be documenting on Christmas Day, so watch out for that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along as I kind of continue to take this journey with you, 1 mile at a time. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the video. I'd really appreciate it. And if you've got this far into the video, whilst you wait for episode 3, why not check out the episode that's currently on the screen in front of you, which is episode 1 in the series that you may have missed. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in week 2. And remember, stay healthy and stay curious.